Welcome, welcome to OG Comics Review. Guys, gals, friends, foes, hoes, I am the OG coming to you from Panama City Beach, Florida, living not the three-stripe life today, living the Venom life, a very large shirt Venom life. We're going to go over the final four, the Fantastic Four comics from the previous pull list. That was February 1st. 2023. Four comics. Only picked up 8 at my local comic book store on New Comic Book Day. Debut something else too I just thought of. Let's start with these comics. Right here we have Ant, number 6. I've talked about this before. This is done by Larson. Larson is the artist, the owner of Ant. This was supposed to be the last issue. According to this comic book, it is not. According to this comic book, number 7 is on the way. I love Ant. Just really taken by the art. Very Jack Kirby style, but I like the thickness of the women. Sorry if that's wrong. The OG's down with it. Sorry, but not sorry. You dig? Little backbone there. X-Force. We now know who the man with the peacock tattoo is. He is the son of the Gene Engineer. I didn't remember the Gene Engineer, but great character, great villain. He represents Zeno. He has a telepath that was a clone. He also has, he was able to use one of the X-Men, the Krakoans' eggs. He's resurrected life too. Pretty deep. I like it. I'm down for this ride. It's a good comic book. Don't sweat on certain X-Men titles. They got some trash titles, and we're going to talk about one. Right here we have Legion of X. I dumped this. I just didn't think it was going anywhere. You had Legion, David Haller, which I do like, an Omega level mutant, the son of I don't remember David Haller, but the father is Professor Charles Xavier. And of course, I don't really know what's going on here, but I haven't read it. Of course, Nimrod is on the cover. I'm down for it. Nimrod had infiltrated Krakoa and taken over Krakoa. Somehow through Warlock, created a link. The Krakoa is represented during Quiet Council meetings. The island is living. It's Krakoa. So he is at every roundtable meeting. Douglas Ramsey, Cypher, usually he talks for him because they don't really understand his English or his language. But Nimrod uses Warlock to breach Krakoa. Once again, to break that connection, they have to kill Warlock. So Warlock is dead. Not real happy about that. Warlock is one of the very few mutants, new mutants since day one that I have liked. He's been killed twice. There is a slight possibility that he is not dead, that he's out there somewhere in the, like Nimrod. Can Nimrod really die? Can Ultron really die? It's pretty technical, but I liked it. It was a real good issue. In this comic book was a lady, and I can't remember her name. She's a new villain. I dumped this title. I thought it was wacko. I kind of liked it because of Legion, David Haller, but it was losing me with this. Nightcrawler was going off on this new religion, the Spark. He is a Catholic. You don't turn, to the best of my knowledge, when your faith is that deep, you don't turn away from being a Catholic. I am a non-practicing Catholic, but I understand the faith. My mother had great faith. I do understand it. Don't really have it, but I do understand it. Feel me? Anyway, in this comic book, Legion is doing a fantastic job fighting this and containing it. Who comes stumbling along and mucks it up? Professor Charles Xavier. Puts pretty much a dampener on him and shuts down Legion. But he's going to bail because he says his people come before his son. But you know what? He did a very noble thing. All of a sudden, he shows up about 5 seconds later, turns around, comes back to help his son. I think there's a new understanding, a new respect between him and Legion. Legion is insanely powerful. And if they ever get this fixed up, Legion may be on par with Molecule Man, which is not a mutant. And it's amazing because the most powerful mutant, this is not even, Proteus is an Omega level mutant. He doesn't fall into these categories. Legion took out Uranos, Thanos' grandfather. There's Franklin Richards. And that's still something they mucked up. Right now he's going around. He doesn't have power. Fantastic Four is rebooted. We're going to see where they go with that. Hopefully they get it fixed. Anyway, one of their villains, and I cannot remember her name. She's red. She took off her mask and revealed that she has a heart. So she is a Sinister. It's interesting. Don't know if I really want to revisit Legions of X. I did drop it before. Don't know. You got Nightcrawler, and I love Nightcrawler, but man, they can't write a story for that guy to save his life. They put a cutlass in his hand and send him on an adventure. It's like the writing for Gambit. Gambit, I can't stand Gambit, but Gambit has a lot of fans, and you just get these shit stories. They're terrible. Anyway, moving on. This might be my big surprise. This was not what I wanted. I did want this Avengers title, but I wanted the Planet of the Apes cover. And I do have it coming, and I'll share that with you when I get it. This Avengers Prime, I believe this is the first appearance. That is actually Loki. We're getting into the multiverse stuff, the Council of Kangs, Council of Reeds, Council of Dooms. You pretty much have a council of Lokis here, and Loki has a connection to the Avengers that he's just now starting to understand. It was pretty cool. I may be down for buying one more issue. I'm not going to get tied in to another title. This is another one of my buys. This is a Hitler buy from 1966. This is Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. That is Nick Fury right there. Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., not Samuel L. Jackson. Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., played by David Hasselhoff. Yes, the Hoff. The Hoff played Nick Fury. I didn't think he did a bad job either. But right back here we have Hitler. And you know, I'm down with collecting these Hitler covers. And no, I do not want Hitler to come back. Anyway, here's the toy I'm going to share with you. This is a Lego toy. This is the Batmobile from the Batman. I thought it was gorgeous. Now let me tell you something about this. This is 1,360 pieces. The OG does not have the patience to put something like that together. A dear friend, I was talking about it, he offered to put it together. He was really into it, and he did. And actually, no time at all. I was pretty impressed. We're not going to mention his name because, you know, I don't want to get sued or anything. But he did a great job. I have other models. I wish I could hand them over to him too. Question, and this may take up a little bit of time. We're at 8:31 right now. The big announcement about the DCU, James Gunn. I'm going to tell you, the OG's a little tired of hearing about James Gunn. Best of luck to him. I hope DC does well. I go to DC movies as well. I'm a Marvel guy. I enjoyed the Batman. I loved Black Adam. Not real happy about what the decision that was made about Henry Cavill. I love Henry Cavill. I have man crush on Henry Cavill. Just think back, and there's nothing wrong with this. Back when we were little guys reading our comic books, that's what we had. We had admiration for our role models. Ric Flair, Ric Flair. Tony Atlas, O.J. Simpson. You wanted to be these people. Bruce Lee. They were all over the place. That's who you wanted to be. Richard Roundtree, Shaft. I went around wanting to be Shaft. James Bond. This is what we did. And as men, adult men, we still look up to these guys. I hope the DCU does real well. But like I said, I'm a little tired of hearing about it. Let's get something. Let's get our butt in the seats, see how it works out. Marvel's going to be fine. Despite what we like and dislike about it, those movies are still making money. Thor, Love and Thunder was trash. but it brought in a profit. Watiti was sent packing. Chris Hemsworth has said that he wants a darker, a more serious Thor going forward. I mean, where was that opinion when he sat through the pre-screening for that? You have a voice, Chris Hemsworth. You could have said something. The movie was garbage. They've talked about this is the social media. This is other podcasters that the OG listens to and looks up to. But right now they're bagging on Marvel. They're bagging on Wakanda Forever just because. And I think it's a little weak too. There was not one Avenger that showed up for the funeral of T'Challa, which is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Steve Rogers should have been there. An old man Steve Rogers. Peter Parker should have been there. Winter Soldier should have been there. Anyway, that's my feelings on James Gunn. I hope he does well. I hope it pushes Marvel to kind of get off of trying to please everybody. Daredevil is coming out. And guys, gals, friends, family, foes, and hoes, they want to see a little bit of blood. They were very clever with Moon Knight, how they did the blood, but people want to see. They want to see some action. They want to see consequences. They want to see death. They want to see blood. It's going to be interesting to see where the mouse goes with this. Anyway, we're going to bring this one to an end. Another OG Comics review. We'll come back again. We're going to try. The room is not done. I don't know. People, they dig the Mysterio mask, but where are your other masks? They're packed somewhere. I'm slowly working through them. We're going to bring this one to an end. We will see you on the flip side. Peace, love, we are out.